Hello, my name is Meerah, and I am a Lorekeeper in one of Yogg-Sothoth's libraries, and today I wanted to talk about the Shimmer from the movie Annihilation. It is heavily inspired by H.P. Lovecraft's The Color Out of Space. The 2018 movie Annihilation, directed by Alex Garland, is an adaptation of the first book in the Southern Reach trilogy, written by Jeff Vandermeer in 2014. In the books, the original event is thought to have taken place in the mid-1990s, 30 years prior to the events of the 12th expedition in the book. In the movie, however, the event takes place only 3 years prior to what happens in the movie, and the events in the movie are thought to take place in or around 2020. The Shimmer arrived on Earth via a meteorite, which crashed into a lighthouse near the coast. In the books, it is located near St. Mark's National Wildlife Refuge in Florida, while in the movie, Dr. Ventress says that it is Blackwater State Park, which is a fictional version of the real-life Blackwater River State Park. In the book, it is said that approximately 1,500 people that lived in a nearby working-class village and its surrounding environment were wiped out immediately. However, in the movie, it only appears that a small handful of people, either in or directly around the lighthouse on the beach, were killed by the initial impact. Okay, so from here on out, I will only be talking about the movie version of the Shimmer. From its point of impact, the entity begins spreading an electromagnetic field, which would be termed a shimmer by those who had first come upon it. A park warden would attempt to enter the lighthouse to investigate, but would never be seen again. The event, as it would come to be known, was classified and the government designated the slowly growing area within the electromagnetic field as Area X, and would form an organization known as the Southern Reach to monitor the area, and to begin sending in drones, animals, and teams of people in an attempt to gather data and find out what the heck's going on. But unfortunately, nothing would ever return. As the area spreads, they would be forced to evacuate the small communities in the sparsely populated swampland around the lighthouse under the pretext of a chemical spill. The Shimmer is, as described by Dr. Ventress, not like us, unlike us. It does not appear to have any will or motivation of its own. It is a truly alien being and a shapeshifter. Its true form is unknown to us, as we mostly only see the creatures that its influence has created. The closest to a true form that we do witness is a billowing, iridescent cloud of matter containing an ethereal light within. The electromagnetic field that it projects mutates and refracts everything that enters the field, including plant and animal DNA. The Shimmer creates corruptions of form and duplicates of form, according to the biologist Lena. We see this in the plants of the abandoned house in the swamp, which are described by the biologist as being in a state of continuous mutation, as multiple flowers that appear to not be the same species at all grow from the same stem. We see it again with the albino alligator a few minutes later, which has concentric teeth like a shark. In the swimming pool, we see a human that has had a gigantic white fungal-like mass explode from the inside out. What exactly happened to them is not specifically explained in the film. However, we do see a kind of white worm moving around inside of that individual in a video recording while he was still alive. Something interesting that I actually noticed on one of my watch-throughs is that the once human we see in the swimming pool actually sports an infinity symbol tattoo on their forearm, which at the very end of the movie we see Lena have that exact tattoo in the same spot. I'm not sure if she had this tattoo before, because we don't really see her forearm too often. The best example of the Shimmer's influence is probably the bear, which appears to have mutated to adopt features of multiple different creatures, and later in the film it actually mimics a human voice. I will play the clip now so you can hear it for yourself. We also see a pair of deer, one with flowers growing from its antlers, while its twin appears to more closely resemble the bear's appearance, looking more decayed. The plant people, as they are commonly called, are plants that have grown with the body structure of humans. However, later we do see one of the human characters blossom with the vines and flowers, budding from inside of her skin until she becomes one of the plant people. So whether or not all of these plant people were once actual people, or if they're just plants that grew in the shape of a person, is not clear. In the climax of the movie, a drop of the biologist's blood is absorbed by the Shimmer's cloud form, and an iridescent metallic humanoid emerges that slowly takes on the mannerisms and ultimately the spitting image of the biologist. It is revealed to us that this is exactly what happened to her husband, Cain, though Cain did not try to fight his doppelganger and instead seemed to have befriended it before taking his own life. Lena, however, tricks her doppelganger into holding a phosphorus grenade. which kills it and turns everything the Shimmer has created to ash. Everything except for the Shimmer's copy of Kane and Lena, who now has the Shimmer cells mixed in with her own cells. The Shimmer clones inherit the personality and the memories of the being that they copied, but they also seem to be aware that they are not the exact same person. Personally, I find the Shimmer to be one of the most beautiful and unique subjects in any cosmic horror-themed media that I have ever consumed. It has no desire other than to just exist. It doesn't want to create chaos, it doesn't want to create pain or suffering, it just creates and exists.
What did it want?
I don't think it wanted anything.
But it attacked you.
It mirrored me. I attacked it. I'm not sure it even knew I was there.
It came here for a reason. It was mutating our environment. It was destroying everything.
It wasn't destroying. It was changing everything. It was making something new.
Which I think is a big part of why I think it's so beautiful. The monster, or the alien in this movie, is a purely biological and instinctual being. It has no moral compass, no higher calling, it just simply exists. And I don't know, there's something about that I just really love. Sorry for rambling about it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this short little dive into the Shimmer. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I hope to see you next time here in the library.